Happy birthday to the best commentator of pro wrestling and WWE Hall of Famer, good old JR Jim Ross. X-Man 1991 back again with another video. Welcome to my first sports topic rant of 2023. Hope you all had a great New Year's weekend. I had a great New Year's weekend. I hope you guys are setting up your goals and your resolutions of this year. That's exactly what I'm going to do by the end of this week. Day 3 of the year 2023. Like I said before, it's already a new year. We already have people dying. New Year's Day, we lost Gangsta Boo and we lost legendary drummer Fred White of the legendary group Earth, Wind, and Fire. And now yesterday, we lost Ken Block. Unbelievable. But in the meantime, I got a lot of sports to talk about. Got a lot of games to do a recap on, and I don't have to look up on my laptop of the scores because I know the scores by heart. So we're going to do a recap of the Rockets first. Their last home game of 2022 and their first home game of 2023, taking on the New York Knicks and the Dallas Mavericks. Well, the Rockets closed out 2022, falling to the New York Knicks by 20, 108-88. The Knicks were 19-18 as the Rockets fell 10-26. Julius Randle was the player of the game with 35 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists. He needed 4 more assists to go with a triple-double. Kevin Porter Jr. needed 2 more assists to go with a triple-double. And now the Rockets loses their first home game of 2023, falling to the Dallas Mavericks 111-106. The Mavs are now 22-16 as the Rockets fall 10-27. We all know Luka Doncic was the player of the game with 39 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists. He only needed 2 more assists to go with a triple-double. According to Mike Henry, he texted me last night saying the only time that he's going to be watching the Rockets for the rest of the season is against the Warriors, the Bulls, the Lakers, and the Heat. I said that shit way before he did, that I'm only going to watch the Rockets for the rest of the season if they're going against the Bulls, the Lakers, or the Heat. I'll be damned if I'm going to sit back and continue to watch these guys suffer. Speaking of the Heat, they closed out 2022 winning their last road trip game of the year, beating the Utah Jazz by Tress, 126-123. If Tyler Hero did not make that three-pointer, they would have took the game to overtime, and thank God they didn't. With Bam Adebayo as the player of the game with 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. The Heat, just like the Knicks, were 19-18 as the Jazz fell 19-20. And now, the Heat won their first road trip game of 2023, beating the LA Clippers by 10, 110-100. The Heat are now 20-18 as the Clippers fall 21-18, with Bam Adebayo once again the player of the game with 31 points, 13 rebounds, and 1 assist. He needed 9 more assists to go with a triple-double. And now for the Lakers. They win their first road trip game of 2023, beating the Charlotte Hornets 121-115. The Lakers are now 16-21 as the Hornets fall 10-28. With LeBron as the player of the game with 43 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. He needed 4 more assists to go with a triple-double. Thomas Bryant needed 8 more assists to go with a triple-double. And Mason Plumlee of the Hornets needed 6 more assists to go with a triple-double. Tomorrow night is round 2 of the Heat versus the Lakers at the Crypto.com Arena in LA. The Heat last week beat the Lakers 112-98. Will the Heat become 2-0 or will the Lakers tie at 1? We just have to wait and see. Now I got one more game to do a recap on. Guys, I'm not going to really show my face in this part because I really don't like it. I really don't want you guys to see me with an angry look on my face. Because just like the Rockets, this team can't seem to find a damn way to win a game. I'm glad I didn't even watch this game because I knew this team was going to lose anyway. Especially since this was their first and only home game at the crib. They have not won one game at the crib. Not even one. They won 2 games on the road, but they did not win one game at the crib. So without further ado, in the good words of my guy Spitz 389. What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sports topic, and today we're going to talk some football, Houston Texans football. Before I get to a recap of New Year's Day's game between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans, like I said in my last few Houston Texans videos, if you like my videos, if you're liking the content, make sure you share my videos on any social media platform that you use, and I'll be more than happy to share your videos. Also, follow me on social media. Links will be in the description. Also, the links to the YouTube pages of Mike Henry, Maria and Olivia, Swaggy Reacts, Spitz 389, and Alexa and Maria will be in the description as well. Congratulations to my guy Swaggy Reacts. He just reached 50K before the end of 2022. Congrats to Maria and Olivia for reaching 1K before the end of 2022. And let's help Alexa and Maria. They are 41 subscribers away from 200K. And now, a recap of New Year's Day's game between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. The Texans got killed this whole game. Didn't score shit in the first quarter while giving up a touchdown. Then they gave up 2 touchdowns in the second quarter. So it's Jaguars 21, Texans nothing at halftime. Texans gave up a touchdown in the third quarter while kicking a field goal. Jaguars 28, Texans 3 after the third quarter. Texans didn't score shit in the fourth quarter while giving up a field goal. Final score: Jacksonville Jaguars 31, Houston Texans 3. Jaguars are now 8-8 as the Texans have 2 wins, 13 losses, and 1 tie. Texans got 1 more game left this Sunday in a rematch against the Indianapolis Colts. Before I get my 2 cents on this game, let me read you guys the NFL game, all the NFL teams that played between this past Thursday and New Year's Day. Matter of fact, I could show my face on this one, but I will not show my face when I get my 2 cents about this Jaguars-Texans game. This past Thursday, the Cowboys beat the Titans 27-13. I did a recap on that. New Year's Day, the Falcons beat the Cardinals 20-19. Shout out to my man Tyson, aka Master at Work. I saw his video of the Patriots beating the Dolphins by deuce, 23-21. I know the Saints beat the Eagles 20-10. The Giants beat the Colts 38-10. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers beat the Panthers 30-24. The Chiefs beat the Broncos 27-24. The Lions beat the Bears 41-10. Deshaun Watson and the Browns beat the Commanders 24-10. Of course, the Jaguars beat us 31-3. The Raiders lost to the 49ers 37-34 at overtime. The Seahawks beat the Jets 23-6. The Packers beat the Vikings 41-17. Two LA teams went against each other, the Chargers and the defending Super Bowl champs, the LA Rams. The Chargers beat the Rams 31-10. And of course, I know the Steelers beat the Ravens 16-13. The last Monday Night Football game of the season was suspended between the Bills and the Bengals because Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin collapsed during the game. I think it was during the game. Damar Hamlin had collapsed and suffered a cardiac arrest, and now he's currently in critical condition. So let's keep Damar Hamlin in our thoughts and prayers, and let's see if he can pull this through. I mean, he's only 24 years young, so he's definitely going to pull this through. That news was completely unexpected. And I'm sorry that they had to cancel that Buffalo Bills versus Cincinnati Bengals game. Get well soon, Damar Hamlin. We definitely need you. Now I'm not going to show my face as I give my 2 cents on this game. Texans got embarrassed this past Sunday. I only watched the game for a little bit, and then I had to stop watching because I figured that the Texans was going to lose. I figured that they was not going to make a comeback in the second half. Now, don't get me wrong. I love my Rockets and I love my Texans, but they both suck ass this season, which is why I'm not watching their games for the rest of the NFL and NBA season. Well, the regular season is about to come to an end anyway. All I got to say is, Texans, just keep your heads up, get your shit together, and get yourselves ready for your last game as you face the Indianapolis Colts in a rematch from 9/11. Like I said before, the Texans should have won that game if they did not choke that 17-point lead, forcing the game to go to overtime and allowing the game to end in a draw. Like, I don't know, man. If you a Texans fan and if you bought tickets to yesterday's game, I hope you got your fucking refund because that game was not worth going. I'm glad Mike Henry did not spend his money going to watch that Texans game yesterday because he kind of figured that they was going to lose. So, by next season, Steven Silas and Lovie Smith has got to go. We need new head coaches for the Texans and the Rockets because what they're doing right now is not going to cut it. That's going to wrap up my recap of the Rockets' home games taking on the Mavericks and the Knicks, the Heat's road trip games against the Clippers and the Jazz, and the Lakers' first road trip game of 2023 against the Hornets, and yesterday's New Year's Day's game between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. I'll be back later to reminisce 23 years of a 3-on-1 You're Fired handicap match between The Rock and D-Generation X from the January 3rd, 2000 edition of Raw is War. Go Miami Heat, go Los Angeles Lakers, and as always, go Houston Rockets and go Houston Texans.